Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be revisiting the HP Omen. We need to do a memory upgrade so that it can deal with the 4K video at all, which has been a problem since we started shooting some of the stuff in 4K. So we're going to take out these screws and put in this 16 gigabyte kit to supplement the 16 that's already in there. It's one stick. There's already one stick in there, and this is supposed to be compatible according to Micro Center. I know that sometimes HP will make their computers only use certain chips. So if this doesn't work, we can always take it back to the store. Back here we have two long screws. We're going to use our toolkit, which comes with a grid to help separate your screws by different type. Once you get these screws off, you have to pop off from back here. We're going to take our tool, see if we can get the edges to come off. Put in this little crack right here and work with your tool the whole way around. And don't spin it like this if you want to avoid scratches. This is the heat shield to keep your lap from burning. Either that or thermal capacity, but I doubt it. There's not a whole lot of material there. Now that we've got it open, the first thing we're going to do is disconnect the battery so there's no power running to any of the components while we're working with them. We don't want something to short out accidentally. One interesting thing is that while this is a Wi-Fi chip, if you're willing to finagle with it a little bit, you can actually put another SSD in here. Because while this is a different type of connector than an M.2, if I remember correctly, they actually make SSDs that plug into this type of connector. So the memory chip is going to be under here, and I think this is the kind that's not really easy to take off and put back on. So we're going to see, yeah, we can actually just kind of come in from an angle and lift it up and get our chip in there without too much trouble. To insert a chip on this model, it's going to be very similar to the old HP I did. You literally just come in from an angle, push into the contacts, and press down. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. There we go. They're good. Now you just press down until you hear a click, and you're done. Be careful when you're putting your battery back in or taking it out or doing anything else in this area to not crush this wire that likes to come loose. It's actually how you get your audio. So we had to reset the CMOS on this to accept that there was memory in there and that everything was okay. But it actually prompted us to do it on its own without us having to do it. All we had to do was hit any key for the screen to activate, and then had to hit enter for it to reset the CMOS. At first it came with a black screen, it did a couple boot cycles, and then it stopped. I hit a button on the keyboard, and then it showed CMOS is invalid, it's going to reset. Whenever you hit enter, hit enter. So we're going to make sure that it accepted the memory, and what I think happened is the memory's from 2 different speeds, but this is the only thing they had that was compatible at Micro Center. And I was expecting to have to go in the BIOS and make sure they both ran at the same speed, but I think it did it for us. So it's showing all 32 gig, which is good. It's doing dual channel, which is good. And it looks like it's running at stock frequency. So that's fine. That's what I was expecting to have to do manually, because memory running at 2 different frequencies doesn't really work. So you need to have them running the same frequency, which means that you can't have an XMP profile really. So we're working. I should now be able to mess with the 4K files without absolutely hating the experience. It's going to be even better once I put a 2 terabyte SSD in that spot. So we're going to call that good. Thanks for watching. If you like, comment, subscribe. If you'd like to see something specific, let us know, and we'll try to make it happen if we can get a hold of the equipment.
And away we go!
It should clip back in. And you're going to want to clip it back in before you... What's that going to do? Battery, screws. Okay, well, there's your freaking blooper.
That's alright. At least you remember before you screwed it all back on.
Yeah, but not after I put the clips back on. And now it sounds like the laptop is going to take off like some variety of rocket show.